Yo, everybody, welcome back to the motherfucking Minority Sports Report Wrestling Edition. Woo! I'm your motherfucking boy, Big Black.
And I'm your boy, Skame Dollar.
Skame motherfucking Dollar. What up, brother? Have you recovered from that pay-per-view last night?
I sure have.
I barely did. Man, it was so good. We're not doing...
I've rewatched it again today.
I didn't have the time, but I'm definitely going to rewatch that shit. We're not doing Dynamite or Rampage. We're just covering the pay-per-view. I think we should do that.
There's a couple things we have to talk about from Dynamite that kind of tie in.
I think we should just cover the pay-per-views only after the pay-per-views. But let's do it.
All right. Well, it's just a couple quick things. Like, Tony Khan announcing that he bought Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
They currently have no wrestlers signed to Ring of Honor because they let everybody go when they went on hiatus. So basically, my assumption is this is like a UFC Pride deal where they're just buying the catalog. Because from what I've seen, rumor has it they're trying to get on streaming. So to boost up their content library, this all makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've seen that Tony Khan does have plans to get that promotion up and running. So there will be Ring of Honor. And it looks like he plans to make it like what NXT is to WWE.
Right. With the sprinkling of main roster talent.
Yeah. Then Eric Redbeard was announced as Penta and Pac's teammate for the match that we're going to talk about. And then Top Flight's back. Darius Martin returned from major ACL surgery.
Top Flight security of the world, Craig.
But yeah, the High Flyers are back together.
Yeah, that shit was tight. I am so... Private Party's my favorite. Got their shirt on right now. They're my favorite tag team, but Top Flight is definitely a close second. And I cannot fucking wait for them to get that going again. But yeah, here we go. Let's get some motherfucking pay-per-view going.
We doing the buy-in?
I mean, it's part... I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Layla Hirsch defeated Chris Statlander. She cheated by using the extra turnbuckle she found under the ring, smashed Statlander over the head with it, and then hit a moonsault for the win.
Yeah, that was the only match I missed. Sorry.
Oh, that was the only one?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't... It went for a good length. But, yeah, it was pretty good. Tony Schiavone introduced a special guest. Kenny Omega's music hit. Everybody lost their shit, and then Don Callis came out.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
And then he basically blamed all the fans for Kenny Omega's injuries, because saying that we kept begging him for more 5-star matches, and that's why he got injured. But yeah, hopefully Kenny Omega should be coming back soon with that appearance from Callis.
Yeah, that fucking scumbag.
Yeah. Hook defeated QT Marshall. It was a good showing for Hook, who he showed a lot of like Greco-Roman traditional wrestling moves that he's been showing off. But there was a lot more in this match. I don't know if they said it before, but Taz mentioned that he was a D1 lacrosse player somewhere.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting. And then in the not the main event, but the main event of the buy-in, I guess. House of Black defeated Death Triangle or Death Line with Eric Rowan. But not formerly Eric Rowan, currently
Eric Redbeard. Yeah.
But yeah, this was good, solid match, a lot of entertaining shit. Good back and forth exchange with Penta and Buddy Matthews, like very early on in the match. That was cool. Especially since I haven't seen any much of Buddy Matthews. It's good to see what he can do with Penta.
Yep.
Redbeard and fucking Brody King basically slapping bodies against each other, having like a little fucking sumo match in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, man, those some big boys, bro.
Funny. But yeah, I was impressed by fucking how big Redbeard was and how he was able to move. He did psych me out at one point. He went for like a run-in, dive-in drop kick. I thought he was going to jump over the ropes. I would have lost my shit if he did that.
Didn't he do a tope, or was that fucking Brody King? One of those two big
That was
motherfuckers.
Brody King.
Okay, I was just like,
Um,
what?
yeah, Redbeard looked like he was gonna do one, but he ended up just diving and doing like a slide and drop kick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep, between the
Yeah.
ropes. Yeah, yep.
But yeah, the fucking the chop that Brody King hit Pac with,
Oh,
that first chop that he hit
it
him,
was.
it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, I've never. Oh God, I've never heard really anything like that. This shit was
Yeah.
fucking crazy, bro.
We should have got the sound clip of the
That
slap.
shit was wild. Ooh, I'll get it because, like I said, I'm gonna rewatch it, so I'll pull some sound clips out of that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, that shit was nuts. Penta when he rolled through and then hit the destroyer. He did like a roll through on one dude and then jumped and did the destroyer on the other.
That was fucking
I
crazy.
forgot who he did it to, but that shit was nuts.
Don't even matter because they were all bigger than him, and he
Mm-hmm.
pulled that shit off. It's fucking crazy.
And to end it all, Redbeard looked like he was going to choke slam Buddy Matthews and Alistair Black. Oh, not Alistair Black, Malachi Black. I'm saying all their old names. But they were able to stop him from doing that. And then, well, he was still trying to get Malachi Black up for the choke slam, but Malachi spit the mist in his face.
Yep.
And that's when Brody King fucking nailed him with a pile driver. And Malachi Black ended up pinning him, getting the win. And that's how House of Black stole the match from Death Triangle. But yeah, it was a hell of a fucking way to start the pay-per-view. Well, before the pay-per-view, the buy-in was all solid matches. And it was a good ending there. Pay-per-view started off where they announced that they have a new partnership with DraftKings. Kind of came out of the blue. Didn't hear anything on that.
No, that was totally random.
Yeah.
Totally random. And like I said, I get it. He just bought Ring of Honor. Give me all the money you can fucking give me.
For sure, yeah. Give me all the help I can get. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho kicked off the pay-per-view. They had a fucking crazy ass match. Obviously, we had the Chris Jericho sing along, but that Eddie Kingston came out, wasted no time. He like beelined it for the ring and instantly got ready for the match. Hit Jericho off with what was it? The half Nelson suplex.
Yeah, just tossed
right
him
from the jump, landed, tossed him right in his head. But then we had later on Jericho suplex Kingston off the ring apron to the floor. They both landed pretty hard there.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
Jericho had the walls locked in on Kingston, but he was able to get the ropes, and then he started getting in Aubrey's face, shoved Aubrey. Aubrey shoved him back.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Aubrey, nigga.
Yeah, he had very heel Jericho in this match. He was definitely the heel in this one. All the Eddie chants were crazy for this match too.
Yeah, his pop when he came out too was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was definitely bigger than Jericho's, which is crazy.
Jericho he tried to hit the Judas effect, but Kingston ended up ducking it, and he was able to hit back to back spinning back fist, and then he got him in the stretch plum submission hold, and that's how Kingston got the win. He went to like shake Jericho's hand. He said that he had respect for Jericho and he went to shake his hand. Jericho said if he lost, he would shake Kingston's hand, but he didn't. He ended up saying he couldn't do it and just walked away. So still got some beef there.
Beef! It's what's for dinner. Let's go.
Next, we had the AEW Tag Team Championship three-way match.
Yeah, this is
Jurassic Express defending against Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. Yeah, fucking awesome match. So much shit went down.
Up until that point in the pay-per-view, this was easily the best match.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
It was crazy. Let's see. Well, the Young Bucks and Red Dragon planned on beating down Jurassic Express together and then like settling it themselves with Jurassic Express out of the picture. But that slowly started to break down throughout the match.
Yep. Excuse me.
Yeah, the whole fucking match was great. There's so much shit that just happened. It's hard to call everything out. But when Kyle O'Reilly had Luchasaurus in that standing guillotine, and then fucking Jungle Boy hit him with the senton. what was it? Was it a senton? Yeah, no,
No,
the shooting
that's
stars
the
press.
shooting star. Yeah,
The shooting star press off the top rope and fucking
that
knock
shit
him
was
off.
crazy. Yeah, that
And then
was
he went to
nuts.
pin him, and then Nick Jackson broke that up with a 450 splash right after.
It was crazy.
Jungle Boy hit the Hurricane Rana off the top rope, and then it went directly into the suplex on both the Young Bucks. Do you
Why the
remember that?
fuck don't
So
I?
he had one Young Buck on the top rope, the other one was like bent down in the corner. So he Hurricane Rana the dude off the top, and then as he landed, he grabbed the dude who was bent over, and then gave him a German suplex right after that. It was nuts.
Damn, I'm gonna have to see that again because I
It was
don't
pretty
remember
crazy.
that. It's fucked.
It
There's
was
so
like
much shit.
instant back to back. Yeah, so much shit to call out. Those are just some of the things
Like-
that I like stood out in my mind.
I was eating pizza at this point, and every time I looked down to make sure I wasn't missing my mouth, you'd hear the fucking mat slam like crazy in the audience. Oh, like fuck! I can't even fucking
Yeah, it
eat.
was good.
So many spots. It was so good, so good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch that shit. I can't. All right, whatever. Shut up, John.
Yeah.
You're excited again.
Jurassic Express was able to get the win after they hit the Thoracic Express,
Yeah,
which is that move where Luchasaurus picks him up like powerbomb, flips him over his head, and then Jungle Boy grabs him and powerbombs him to shit.
last night's version of that was one of the best that I've seen them do.
It was the best one. The impact was pretty.
Yeah,
It was super fluid, and the impact was great. Yeah, well executed.
well.
Next, we had the Face of the Revolution ladder match. It was
This was
Orange
the match.
Cassidy,
I came
Keith
to
Lee, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Wardlow. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit happened in this one too. Keith Lee fucking used Orange Cassidy's like body to take everybody out. He just held on to him and swung him around.
Speaking of swinging, the when Orange Cassidy put the ladder in between his head.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah,
that shit was tight.
yeah.
was
He
tight.
fucking put the ladder over his head and did the ladder helicopter. Took out a couple of people, but then he got stopped by Wardlow and Keith Lee, who grabbed the ladder and lifted it up with Orange Cassidy still hanging on. And then he does like a pull up, flips himself up on top of the ladder, and then tries to stand on the ladder to grab the brass ring to win the match. But they shook it enough where he fell and hit his dick on one of the rungs.
Oh shit, it was so funny.
And then Wardlow, who was holding up one side, I forgot what, I think he got low blowed or something and dropped his end. So Keith Lee was still holding up the other side, and then Christian tried to run up the ladder like a fucking hill to get the brass ring. Yeah, it's just so much crazy shit in this one.
Fuck.
What else? Hobbs superplexed Orange Cassidy off the ladder that was angled up in the corner. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Never
it
seen
was
anything
higher
like that.
No,
before.
it was higher and a longer fall than the top rope, just because the angle of the ladder. And like you said, I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
yeah.
It was tight.
If they did it before, if somebody's done it before and I've seen that, I do not remember anything like that before.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
I said, I don't.
I've seen them do
remember
all
that
kinds
shit
of
at all.
crazy shit with the ladders in the corner like that, but that was the first for me, from what I remember.
Yeah,
Starks jumped through the middle of the ladder, and
Another
then,
first for me.
Speared Christian when he got through the other side.
it was sick. It was sick. Oh god!
At one point, everybody was climbing the ladder. Wardlow climbed with fucking Orange Cassidy and Ricky Starks on his back,
Yeah,
and was still able to climb up.
I was like, "This nigga's a beast," and they were literally hanging on. Like there was no assistance. It was pure muscle. Shit was
and
crazy.
that led to another point where all six guys were fighting on top of two ladders that were set up side by side. They just like started knocking each other off one by one. Remember Keith Lee launched Orange Cassidy over the top rope.
That's what I thought you were talking about earlier.
Oh no, this happened. This one happened later on in the match.
Oh, okay. Because when you brought that up earlier, I was like, "Damn, he brought it up already." Okay, cool. But yeah, that was fucking
picked
crazy.
him up and fucking launched his ass by the head. He had him ripped up by his head and tossed him. But yeah, that's so much shit.
Yeah, that
What
was my
else?
match of the night because I was really looking forward to that shit. There was towards the end when I think it was Wardlow power bombed Ricky Starks on his head on the
Mm-hmm.
fucking. So the ladder was hanging on the second rope, and then there was a ladder in between. So it was like sturdy as shit. Wardlow just fucking boom, smashed that nigga Ricky
Yeah,
Starks off the
when I
fucking.
watched it back, the reason he hit his head is because remember he was on they were standing on the ladder.
Uh huh.
His feet got stuck on that top rung. So his body went further
Oh.
down before his legs got loose. And
Okay.
that's why he landed flat on his head instead of on his back.
Yeah, he ate that shit, man.
Yeah, when I was watching it today earlier, since I had the replay, I rewound it a couple of times to see exactly what happened, and his feet get caught up in one of the rungs.
Ah, okay. Damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
but yeah, so that happened a little later on in the match, but like Danhausen came out and cursed Ricky Starks and Wardlow. Um, Hobbs and Wardlow ripped the ladder in half
Oh yeah,
and
that's
used it as a
right.
weapon. But yeah, so
Oh
end of the match, like you said, Starks was climbing. He got powerbombed by Wardlow on his head. Wardlow was able to get up to the top and get the brass ring and get the win. So
yeah,
Wardlow gets his guaranteed shot at the TNC champion, who is either going to be Sammy Guevara or Scorpio Sky.
oh yeah, that's right. It is Scorpio. Yep.
Yeah, because they got a match coming up this week, and then the following week at the St. Patrick's Day edition of
Slam.
Dynamite, they get Wardlow. Next
Yeah.
up, we had a contract signing. Tony Schiavone introduced Shane Swerve Strickland, real name Stefan Strickland. Used to go by Isaiah Swerve Scott in WWE, but fans seem to love this dude, so excited to see what he got. Everybody knew his gimmick.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
and it was loud as fuck. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of loud as fuck, I always like to call it out. The audience at this pay-per-view was fucking lit.
Orlando. It was in Orlando.
Yeah.
I don't remember what arena it was, but they were in Orlando.
Top notch. Because that shit adds to the atmosphere.
The chants.
The oh god,
yeah,
the
chants were all great. Well, especially in the main event. The chants in the main event were mad funny. But we'll get to that. So after the contract signing, we had the TBS Championship match between champion Jade Cargill and Ty Conti.
So I called it.
Jade came out dressed like Jade from Mortal Kombat and came out to the guitarist who actually plays her intro music.
Nasty.
Chris Stone Kingfish Ingram. Apparently he got big as a teenager on YouTube playing guitar.
Oh, okay.
I think if that's what they said.
But yeah, that boy was playing the
he was
fucking
beast on the guitar.
Shit out of that guitar. Yeah.
Big boy shredding. So
shredded.
I was loving it. Representing for the fat boys.
For the fat boys, for the black boys, for the guitar players, for the wrestlers. Yeah, that was pretty tight. But
so Jade kicked this one off with a kiss. She fucking kissed Ty on the lips to start the match. She started making fun of Ty, saying, "Who cares about all that karate shit?" Pissed off Ty Conti. At one point, she took out Anna Jay at ringside for no reason at all. She wasn't even like trying to interfere or nothing. She was just standing there. Jay turned around and booted her in the face.
Booted the shit out of her. Hell yeah.
I think Jade hit her first move off the ropes for the first time ever when she hit that frog splash.
Yeah, I think that was the first time.
She's too scared to go to the top rope because she hit it off the middle, but she still hit a frog splash.
Oh, I didn't even peep that. I thought it was off the top.
I'm pretty sure I seen it was from the middle rope.
No, it says from the top rope.
Wrong. Oh, it was the top rope. All right, I was wrong. What else? Oh, Ty was going for a move off the top rope. But Jade was able to stop her by pushing her from behind. That forced Ty Conti to fall and land on the turnbuckle and hit her face on the camera that was mounted on the ring post. And Jade was able to pull her off and get her with that what's that called? The
Jaded,
where it's
yeah.
basically just like a front face plant. And yeah, she was able to get the win, successfully defended her title, and is now 29-0.
29. She's going 50-0 before she takes her first L.
50 is a big number. I don't know if you think they're gonna make her undefeated for that long.
Yeah, because 30 is such a weird number. And then like
unless they do the Goldberg way, they start having matches that she never airs. It's like all of a sudden over a weekend she had 10 matches.
Because like I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. Not that. I didn't think she was going to go this undefeated. I thought she was going to lose around 10, and then it got to 20. So I'm like fuck. Tony Khan's probably just going to push it to 50 because it's either going to be 50 or a really fucking weird number because nothing between 25 and 50 is like, oh yeah, you did it. You know, like oh yeah, she won 40 matches. Tight. That's tight. But like 50 sounds so much better. Adds a lot more to her character and all that shit.
I don't know. That's a long time.
They need an Undertaker.
But we'll see. We'll see.
And that's what they're going to do. She's going to be their Undertaker for the females.
If you say so. Next up, we had a dog collar match. CM Punk taking on MJF in basically a grudge match. This one, it kicked off with CM Punk's music playing. And then all of a sudden it switched to MJF's. MJF came out, and it was funny because Excalibur, the announcers weren't saying anything when this happened, but as soon as the music switched and MJF came out, Excalibur goes, "What an asshole!" Like, this shit was mad funny.
He got me. He got all of us.
So MJF made his way to the ring, and then Punk had a fucking crazy ass little like light and smoke show. And then came out to his old Ring of Honor music and was dressed up in his old Ring of Honor gear. I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, solid match. These two dudes beat the fuck out of each other with that goddamn dog collar. At one point, MJF took the mic mid-match, tried to tell Punk to quit, like he quit on him when he was a kid. And Punk told him to eat shit. And that got the
eat shit
chant going. There's a couple eat shit chants going throughout the match because of that. Punk got busted open bad pretty early because he had gotten busted open on Dynamite earlier in the week with the dog collar chain when MJF attacked him. But yeah, he was fucking bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, it was gross.
But Punk hit awesome. MJF. Yeah, Punk hit MJF with a running knee with his knee wrapped up in the chain.
Oh yeah,
and, that busted up MJF, and the fans started chanting "You deserve it" when MJF got busted open.
That shit was funny.
Punk tried it again, that running knee with the chain, but he ended up running right into the stairs because MJF moved out of the way. So he hit that knee on the steel steps. Punk was still able to tombstone MJF on the ring apron, but with that knee that he smashed into the stairs, played up the impact on his knee and how much it hurt him. After a bunch of back and forth over some thumbtacks that MJF had pulled out, dumped all over the ring. Looked like Punk was going to drop a few times. Looked like MJF was going to drop. And then finally MJF superplexed Punk off the top rope right into the thumbtacks. Somehow his dog collar got disconnected from the chain and he starts screaming for Wardlow. So as Wardlow's making his way to the ring, the ref's like reconnecting the chain to his collar. And MJF is asking Wardlow for the Dynamite Diamond ring that he always cheats with. And Wardlow couldn't find it. He was like searching all his pockets. And then MJF started screaming, "You had one job." And fucking CM Punk was able to hit him with the GTS to go to sleep. And that knocked MJF hit like back first onto the tacks that was still on the mat. So he fell back into those. And then that's when Wardlow realized, oh, I remember where the ring was. Pulled it out of his pocket and put it on the mat right in front of CM Punk. So CM Punk picked up the fucking ring, put it on, went to hit MJF. I think MJF spit on him. And then CM Punk knocked him out with the ring and was able to pick up the win. over MJF. Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
entertaining match. Finally, Wardlow separating himself from MJF. This has been playing up for fucking months.
Weeks and months. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be good. The AEW Women's World Championship was up next. The Doctor, Britt Baker, defending against Thunder Rosa. Another fantastic match. Britt came out showing off the new Women's World title.
So
which looks
dope.
a million times better than the old one. I was never really a fan of that old one. It was too fucking small.
Way too small.
But yeah, the only thing I don't like how they have the 4 like circles with the diamonds in them on the corners of the main plate.
I didn't get to look at it that good.
That's the only part I think they could have designed that a little bit better. But the rest of the belt looks great. But yeah, so
actually gonna pull that shit
lots
up.
of interference in this one from Rebel and Jamie Hayter. Thunder Rosa was able to get Britt to tap twice, but because of the distraction from Rebel and Jamie Hayter, the ref never seen them. Rosa was able to kick out of a curb stomp on the belt. She was able to kick out at 2 after that. But then she was able to reverse a lockjaw for her own lockjaw on Britt Baker. But she couldn't fully lock it in because Britt kept fucking biting her hand.
Yep.
So she wouldn't let her lock it in. But what else happened? Oh, Thunder Rosa speared the shit out of Rebel through the ropes onto the floor.
Oh yeah,
Rebel landed pretty damn hard. I was gonna say, did that happen for real? But no, I remember we were joking about that. Yeah, she fucking hit hard, dude. That was brutal. But then she took out Jamie Hayter, and then as she tried to get back into the ring, the Doctor hit her with another curb stomp, and that's how she was able to successfully defend her belt and beat Thunder Rosa again. Next, we have the I don't know, whatever you want to call it, match between Moxley and Danielson.
I gotta share blood with you first before I join you. Match.
The conditions to be a tag team match. Yeah, they gotta shed blood. But yeah, these two, I wrote my notes, as JR would say, good old slobber knocker.
Yeah, it was good.
Because these two beat the fuck out of each other. The fucking kicks from Danielson and the chops from both of them were just crazy. Like, both their chests were red as fuck at the end of this one.
Yeah.
Both of them got busted open with some forearm shots. And they were cleverly disguised by some clever camera angles away from them as they cut themselves under the ring. I was like, oh, how convenient that they're both outside the ring, right under the ring apron, and the camera decided to cut away and show the crowd for a solid minute.
You know what's really funny to me? Every time the ref checks a bleeding wrestler, they always end up bleeding more. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't understand what happens.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so this one got brutal. They were both, at one point they were both sitting on the mat holding each other's arms and just booting each other in the face.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts.
Just solid kicks to the face. Danielson had Moxley in the fucking triangle choke. Moxley was able to surprise him and like roll over it and basically pin Danielson's shoulders to the mat and kind of steal the win. With that surprising little roll up. I wasn't expecting it, but no. it was clever.
It was very cool.
And after the match, Danielson obviously was pissed that he lost that way, so they started fighting again. And that's when all the refs came out to try to, well, I don't know, were they refs? No, just the officials or whatever they were, security came out and tried to separate them. And that wasn't working. And fucking William Regal came out of nowhere.
It was great
to separate them. They mentioned that I guess Regal was a mentor to both of them. I'm guessing back in WWE. So he came out, separated them, slapped the shit out of both of them,
Both of them.
forced them to shake hands like little fucking kids, and then
Yeah,
they
dog, it
all
was
walked away, a
crazy.
happy little family. So
Oh
I'm
man,
guessing we have a Moxley Danielson team with Regal as their
Regal as their
manager now.
coach. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because me and Cortez lost our shit when he came
Yeah,
out. It was
yeah, that was
crazy.
crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Oh man,
Next up, we had the Tornado Trios tag team match. It was the AHFO, the Andrade Hardy
Hardy
Family
family.
Office,
Yeah.
which is Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. Basically, it's the entire Hardy Family Office taking on Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. Anything went in this one, but the to pin or submit somebody, it had to be in the ring.
Yep.
Darby's intro video for this one, I wrote down when he crashed the car into the trailer during like a fake memorial for the Hardy Family Office. Sting ended up coming out of nowhere and setting the shit on fire with a fucking flamethrower.
That shit was great.
But yeah, to kick off the match, fucking poor Jose, the assistant, Sting had him sitting in a chair with a trash can over his head, and Darby came at him full speed through the ropes, took him out quick. Sammy's double rope jump cutter, where he jumped from one top rope to the other and then hit Isaiah Cassidy with the cutter,
That
was
was
nasty.
so fucking nasty, dog.
Mark Quinn came out of nowhere to save his partner by throwing a chair at Sammy's head while he was trying to do something to Cassidy.
Oh, I think he's trying to jump out of the ring, or like a
He
tope
was
or
trying to do something
something.
to him, and he fucking just launched a chair at his head. And then they hit Sammy with the silly string on the outside.
Yep.
They did it like over the like the crowd barrier onto the mat. Then we had Sammy hit Isaiah Cassidy with that fucking Spanish fly off the top of the set through the fucking the two tables that was set up on the ramp. That was nuts. Yeah, that basically took both of them out of the rest of the match.
That shit was crazy.
Butcher and the Blade came out and like interfered. They ended up setting up 4 tables under a balcony, which Matt Hardy brought Sting up to the top of, but Sting was able to fight him off. And then this motherfucker, 62-year-old Sting, dove off the balcony to put Andrade through the 4 tables. Like, I don't know if he's a grandfather, but he's old enough to be somebody's grandfather, and this man is jumping off balconies. But
that shit was fucking crazy.
To end this one, Darby missed a coffin drop on Matt Hardy to win this one.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy was kind of trying to roll out of the way, or I don't know what it was, but Darby barely hit him with his head to get the win in that match. Which I don't think should have been the main event. They should have gave that to the Women's World Championship, but still great, fantastic match for that co-main. Then in the main event, we had the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page successfully defended against Adam Cole, who came out with Master Chief gear.
Yeah.
Which was weird. I'd never seen him in anything like that before.
It's a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but it was just weird. I don't know.
Showing his love.
I mentioned the chants earlier. The reason I mentioned it, because this one, obviously both guys are named Adam, and the fans just kept doing generic Adam chants throughout this entire match, which was really funny for some reason.
Let's go, Adam. That was wonderful.
The dueling "Let's go, Adam" chants. Adam. That was mad funny. But yeah, so Hangman hurt his arm after missing a clothesline, and he ended up clotheslining the ring post after Adam Cole ducked it. Adam Cole super kicked Hangman out of midair when he's trying to do some moonsault off the top rope. He fucking super kicked him right in the head. Red Dragon came down the ringside, started talking shit. Adam Cole was able to hit the Panama Sunrise on the ring apron, off the ring apron to the floor.
Yeah, that shit was crazy too.
And then Red Dragon distracted the ref long enough for Adam Cole to hit a low blow, and then another Panama Sunrise, and then his running knee. But Hangman was still able to kick out of that shit, which was nuts because that's basically all of Cole's best moves. Red Dragon set up a table for Adam Cole, but Hangman was able to reverse whatever Cole was trying to do and hit the Deadeye through the table. But he had ended up hurting his knee or something when he dropped him, because I think something had happened where Adam Cole fucked his knee up too. And then that's when Dark Order came out, check on Hangman, and then they also chased off Red Dragon to leave the two guys alone in the ring. Hangman was able to hit the buckshot, but Cole barely put his hand on the rope. Remember, he put his hand on the rope like barely, fingertips on the rope. But yeah, so Hangman then was able to get Cole off the he tied his hand up to the top rope. No, he wasn't on the top rope. He tied his hand to the top rope with his
with his belt.
With Hangman's belt, and super kicked the shit out of him like 3 times before Adam Cole was able to surprise him with one. And then untied himself. But then Hangman was still able to land, I think it was it Cole's running knee before the buckshot? I know he hit the buckshot and got the win, but I think he hit him with that running knee before he did that. But either way, Hangman picked up the win over Adam Cole.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, another fantastic fucking pay-per-view for me.
Another fucking fantastic pay-per-view. Seriously, like
from the buy-in to the fucking main
everything.
Event. Yeah.
It's from the very beginning to the very end. Like I was just shocked. Like not shocked, like I was like, man, we're fucking spoiled. Because we expect that shit and then they over-deliver every time. So it's like, yeah.
I'm excited to see what kind of like ratings they get for these matches. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones in this one.
I was just looking at Bleacher Report. The lowest score was a C+, and that was the Tornado Trios for them. But anyways, thank you guys. We are the motherfucking Minority Sports Report RASSLIN Edition. Woo! You can follow us all collectively at TMS Report. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Skame, where can they follow you, bro?
Follow me at Skame666.
Follow him at Skame666 and follow me. I am at the Beatnik. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week for the holes and the balls. Peace.